Welcome to Inside the Huddle. I'm Chris Vaccaro, joined by Dave Falco, in yet another new location here at Sachem North in one of the courtyards in the middle of the school. Interesting week, coming off a regular season loss against Comac in triple overtime. They kick a 31-yard field goal to win it. Emotions flying, strenuous, nail-biting action towards the end there. You've had a week to digest it now. What's that been like?
I think that it's been good for us. You never like to lose, but I think that we've got ourselves refocused as a staff and as a team. I think there were some distractions. I'm not sure the team actually believed when the staff spoke about how good Comac was, and they were for real. We got ourselves in a dogfight because we didn't play well in the first half, and it got to the overtime situation, and we made the first mistake in overtime, and it cost us the game.
Yeah, I saw them play against Sachem East earlier in the season, and I said, all right, this looks like an average team. It looks like a 10 seed, which is what they were. And they played far better than a 10 seed. They played very well. I know Sachem had its flaws and its faults. And as you mentioned, everybody comes and plays their biggest game here against us. It's like the Super Bowl every time we play Sachem. But they played very well.
I think that's the thing that has happened to Floyd, and now it's happening to us. Everybody gives us their A game. They're trying to make a name for themselves. Which team is hungrier? And I felt that their team was hungrier than ours. It came down to that. It's about blocking and tackling. I don't think we defended the pass well when the ball was in the air. We had guys in coverage, and they're making plays, and we're not. Football's about making plays, and which team is hungry. And I don't think we were hungry enough.
Talk about the line play. Sachem's running game, which for the last 5 years has been amazing and one of the best ground attacks really on Long Island, that was held in check.
I think you have to give them credit for their scheme. But I also think you have to look at what we're doing, and we didn't have some guys practicing during the week that we wound up playing, and I think that came back to hurt us. Can't leave first-line defenders unblocked, and a lot of times that's what was happening.
And Trent Crossan playing for the first time in 2 weeks. He was a game-time decision. We weren't sure if he was going to get action, and he played the whole game. Of course, he threw the ball actually pretty well. He had 109 passing yards, threw for a touchdown, and 53 yards to Matt Ward. But also left at the end of the fourth quarter with a banged-up ankle, and it was a rough game.
Going into overtime, Trent was there, and we were running some plays that I thought he could run. There was some stuff under the pile late after the whistle that we were not happy with, that we have actually on film. But sometimes that happens in football, and he was not able to finish the overtime. Anthony's service came in, and that changes the selection of plays that we have to run. But no excuses. Comac beat us. We didn't play well enough to win. When you don't play well enough to win, you lose.
So week 6, William Floyd on the road, 2 p.m. on Saturday. I don't care if William Floyd has 2 losses. It's Floyd versus Sachem, and you know that they're going to come to play.
It's pretty easy for our kids to get up for this week. It's pretty easy for their kids, so I don't think that's going to be an issue this week. Floyd is a team that is finding itself, as they always do as the season progresses. Coach Longo and his staff do a great job figuring out what they're able to run, and they run those plays. They're not fancy. It's not Stacy Bedell and Otranto and those kinds of guys, but they have a quality team, and we need to be ready to play and show up and play hard.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be probably one of the better, I hope, regular season games that we see all year, because it's just fun football anytime you play there. And we'll see what happens. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
So, any other assessments from the other week that you're looking to fix going into week 6?
I think we have to get more kids practicing during the week. We've been a little banged up, and not to make excuses, but high school kids do not play well when they don't practice. So we have to decide whether guys are in or out, and when they're in or out earlier in the week, and then get other kids ready to play if those kids can't go. I think last week we waited too long and then got to a situation where, we don't really have anybody ready to go. We practice but not well, so what are we doing? So we wound up playing some guys that I think are banged up. We're not going to do that this week. We're going to play kids that are healthy. You're either healthy or you're not. You either practiced or you didn't, and try to approach it that way.
All right, so we'll see what happens on week 6 against Floyd on the road, 2 p.m. on Saturday. You can tune in on Twitter if you want to follow live during the game, at Sachem Report. I'll be tweeting as the action unfolds. For Dave Falco, I'm Chris Vaccaro. Thanks for watching another episode of Inside the Huddle. And remember, Sachem, stay classy.